It creased! Milk makeup! You're creasing! You were not supposed to crease for 12 hours! What is... what is this? What is this? It has been not even 5 minutes! Milk! Hello, gorgeous, beautiful stars. Paris Star Channel here with a new and possibly a very, very, very exciting episode because, guys, I have in front of me a very intriguing and interesting product which is from Milk Makeup. It is called Milk Makeup Future Fluid All Over Cream Concealer with super interesting ingredients, the skincare ingredients. We are talking about the cosmetic product, about the concealer that is absolutely packed with wonderful ingredients. Are they going to work? Is the concealer going to work? Oh, funny enough, if are the actives from the concealer are going to work, but maybe the concealer won't work. Anyway, I'm just joking. We are going to find out. We are diving it to the subject. We're going to see the ingredients and see what is going on because it is absolutely shocking. But most importantly, we are going to put this concealer to the test and see is it going to work for the mature skin, for people who are over 40 years old, who are looking constantly for a good concealer? So yes, guys, if this is something that interests you, please tune in to the party where we celebrate everyone's diversity. That makes us all different and beautiful. So yes, let's start today's episode. The main star is going to be a concealer from Milk Makeup. So yes, guys, here we are back, and I must say I am a little bit surprised that this concealer has not shown in the favorites of the many peoples of 2022, although it has its premiere. When I looked closely at it, and especially when I looked closely at the ingredients list, I could not believe it. There are so many actives over there, and we're talking about the cosmetic product that is just supposed to give us the coverage. Looks like they thought a lot about what they want to put in it so that it will not only cover, but it will always plump your skin, it will protect your skin, and it will moisture your skin, which is very important, especially when it comes to concealers, because concealers tend to dry, and people who are aging, who has mature skin, they have dry skin, especially here in the under eye area, and I'm one of them. I usually do not wear concealers because they expose everything what I don't want to expose. So I prefer to skip the concealer in my routine instead of putting it on, and then you can see my makeup screaming, ha 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 ha, makeup, 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 makeup. So yes, when I heard about this concealer, I grabbed it and I said, we have to test it, we have to feature this on my channel. It is important. So yes, before we're going to go to the application, first let's introduce the product and then let's jump to the website and see what the website can say about this product. So today we are talking about the concealer from Milk Makeup. Mine is in the shade 4N. This is how the product looks like. And I must say the packaging is really very interesting, very intriguing. But the most important thing is how the concealer itself looks like. And what I love about it is that it has a seal. See, the box has a seal, so you can be absolutely assured that no one has broke into this and you are going to be the first one who's gonna open this. And that is absolutely wonderful. And then when you open the box, ta-da! Here you have the concealer in a beautiful, I think this is metal, packaging, future fluid. Why future fluid? Well, this is what are we going to find out right now, because we're jumping straight to the website of Milk Makeup to find out what the website can say about this intriguing product. Here we are on the Milk Makeup reading all and everything about the concealer. What it is. A multi-use medium to full coverage concealer that covers, sculpts and hydrates for a lightweight crease-proof natural finish. This creamy concealer is 92% natural, clean. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Vegan, cruelty-free, paraben-free, fragrance-free, silicone-free, alcohol-free and gluten-free. Future-forward results, and then we have the percentages of everything, but basically they're claiming that the concealer does not crease. Don't like that. I deeply believe that every concealer creases, but that's my own personal opinion. So yes, this is the first claims, and I suppose we have to say something about the clean beauty. Clean beauty does not exist. Let's just say it. It's a little bit annoying. Clean beauty is not any sort of a frame. It's not been legislated, I suppose, as for today. So thus, it does not exist. Talking about the clean beauty is like using an imagination and talking about something that does not exist. And it's just so controversial because the brands has used all the space in every category. So they use the creaseless concealers category. They use the radiant concealers category. They use the soft matte concealer category, and now it's just like we ran out of the categories. What can we do? Okay, let's make a new category: clean beauty. It does not exist, guys. It does not exist. And it's so controversial that as of today, nothing has been done and accepted on a list by anyone saying these ingredients, they are clean, we're gonna sign it, it's legislated, and from now on, this is the clean beauty, and this is non-clean beauty. So people, well, the clients, they don't know. They basically don't know, and when the brand is saying we are clean beauty, they believe in it, and then they follow. Well, there's, once again, clean beauty as of today, it has not been registered with its real ingredients, and thus it does not exist. Any brand that is telling you that is a clean beauty deceives you, because it does not exist. There are so many controversial things. It's like the alcohol derived from the plant. Is it natural? Is it not natural? Thus, is it clean or is it not clean? The silicone that has non-toxic features to your skin, is it clean or is it not clean? Or the microplastic that basically has non-toxic features to your skin, is it clean or is it not clean? Because it damages the natural environment. And basically, according to the reports from the people that are taking care about our world and the environment, they are saying that there are so many microplastic these days in fish that we are actually already eating this fish with a microplastic. So it is really very controversial. What is clean and what is not clean? Thus, the clean beauty does not exist. This is where I want to end right now because I could talk about this for hours. The thing is that it's just not very cool for the brand to talk about something and claim that it is in the frame of something and in the space of something that does not exist. My own personal opinion. Good. So we heard what it is, and then we look at the next page, and then we read just so many interesting things, so many of them. Future fluids, future forward results. 100% set concealer does not look cakey. We'll check it. 100% says concealer feels lightweight, smooth, comfortable, and hydrating on the skin. We'll see. 91% said concealer did not crease after 12 hours. Probably they haven't tested it on me. It will crease probably within minutes. We'll see about that. 91% says skin appears smoother after continued use of a concealer. We'll see. All right, and then we're gonna turn to another page, and this is something that is very interesting as well. And they're claiming that the concealer contains hyaluronic al plant complex. It's a 6 plant powered ingredients act like al for your skin to help improve the look of your specific concerns over time. And I was wondering, is this a serum or is this a concealer? Because if you would launch this as some sort of a skin caring serum for under eyes or on my face, I would got it. I don't know if I'm more interested of this product as a concealer. I would just like to see it as some sort of a face serum because the ingredients, they're absolutely incredible. So you have hydrating hyaluronic acid, barrier restoring, defensive and revival, soothing aloe vera and arnica, and brightening caffeine. How wonderful. And then you can see the video from the founder, and yes, she's definitely mentioning about these ingredients, which is really very cool. So yes, guys, let's continue exploring this, and on another page we can read Hyaluronic Al Plant Complex, a plant-powered combination of 6 hydrating, soothing, and barrier-restoring ingredients that improve the look of redness, breakouts, and fine lines by supporting your skin barrier from external aggressors like pollution and irritants. Hyaluronic acid 1% hydrates smooth skin. Defensive 1% and Revival 0.5% help restore to protect your skin barrier. Caffeine 0.5% helps brighten skin. Aloe vera 1% and arnica 0.1% help soothe the skin. So these are the claims, and now we will have to jump to the website to see what the website can actually say about these ingredients. Alright guys, alright, so now it is a very exciting part because it's time to talk about the ingredients list. Why it is so exciting? Because, well, when you're gonna see it, when I'm going to tell you about it, it is absolutely unbelievable how rich in very good ingredients this list actually is. I was actually wondering that this product could be actually a very good product as an under eye serum or a face serum instead of being a concealer, because it is really very hard to find such concealer rich in the ingredients. So there you have it, but wait. Class is in session. Guys, okay. So right now you can see the ingredients list. But instead of me telling you one by one, the ingredients and explaining what does it do, I decided to do it differently and much more accessible for the ordinary person, because obviously we are not expert, neither am I. I made my own research. So, let's just make it more kind of like acceptable and kind of interesting. I actually have prepared my paper in here, so yes, here we go. Guys, when it comes to ingredients list to this Milk Makeup Concealer, I have divided it into three different categories. The first category would be the moisturizing category. The second category would be a protective category, and the third category would be a reviving category. Yes, there are categories because there are so many different ingredients in here. Let me tell you all about it, okay? So in the first category, the moisturizing category, we have ingredients like the glycerin, like the squalane, like the hyaluronic acid, and then we have the aloe vera, which can be very moisturizing. In general, the aloe vera is a wonderful plant that lives in a very rough and arid and dry areas. So this plant, in order to survive, it gathers water whenever it can, and then it transforms it into a very rich, amazing gel that stores in its leaves. So people actually discovered that this gel inside this leaf is powerful and punchy and rich in moisturizing ingredients and antioxidant ingredients. It is a gem. It is a gem that can be found somewhere on the desert. So aloe vera is my personal best ingredient, and I can't live without the products without the aloe vera. I love aloe vera, and me personally, and it is my own personal opinion, if I would have to choose between hyaluronic acid and aloe vera, I would choose the aloe vera. For me, for example, and this is once again my own personal opinion, people consider bakuchiol as a phytoretinol. It's kind of like the plant retinol, plant version of the retinol. And for me, the same thing, in my opinion, would be with aloe vera. I consider aloe vera as a plant version of the hyaluronic acid. Very good, rich in moisturizing features, absolutely amazing. And it is in this concealer. And to top all this category, the moisturizing category on this ingredients list within the Milk Makeup, the last ingredient that I would like to talk about would be the sunflower seed oil, which acts in here as some sort of an occlusion, which means you already have this moisture provided by glycerin, squalane, aloe vera, and hyaluronic acid, and then you're closing the moisture, and it works as an occlusion, the ingredient in the form of the sunflower seed oil. Amazing, amazing. So that would be the first category, moisturizing category. And then we have the second category, which would be the protective category, and in here we have a very unique ingredient, which is the defensyl ingredient. And what is it? Basically, you within the protective category, you have a bunch of amazing, incredible antioxidants that are going to protect your skin against the external stressors, which is really very important, because today the external world is actually the external world excuse me. It is very aggressive and it's very, it attacks us. So it is very important to have a good protection. And in here you have the antioxidants, a very punchy, powerful antioxidants, and you have other plant extracts from the other plants that are going to protect your skin in a different way. Let me just tell you what kind of ingredients there are. You have the caffeine. The caffeine is a very punchy and powerful antioxidant that is going to brighten your skin, and it's going to protect your skin against the external stressors. Of course, you have a tocopherol. Tocopherol is a vitamin E. Again, a very good and punchy antioxidant. And then you have a very famous these days, arnica. Arnica is another great plant, and the power of arnica is going to protect your skin, is going to reduce reaction to inflammations, and it's going to soothe your skin, calm down your skin. It's going to do all these incredible things. So yes, the second category, the category protective category, you have the defensive, and you have these incredible antioxidants. Once again, you have the caffeine, you have the tocopherol, vitamin E, and you have arnica, and many others as well, but I decided to mention these ones because I consider as the most common and the most known. And the third category would be the reviving category, a very good skin plumping, reviving category. And in this category you have a very interesting ingredient called Revival. What's Revival? Well, if you're gonna look here at the ingredients list, there is a very interesting ingredient called Orobancha rapum, or Orobancha rapum, or well, I decided to read it Orobancha rapum. What is an Orobancha rapum? And oh my gosh, guys, oh my gosh, this one single ingredient can save all the ingredients list, and it's just, there's just much more apart from this ingredient. So what is Orobancha rapum? It is an incredible ingredient, a reviving, a revitalizing ingredient that gives you lots of goodies in the form of the anti-age, in the form of anti-wrinkle, in the form of regenerating, in the form of revitalizing, and in the form of repairing. In one ingredient. Well, there are plenty of others. It is incredible. So this is the Revival, the Orobancha rapum, and this is what does it do. So once again, to summarize, as I've said, it is absolutely mind-blowing. The ingredients are in this concealer. Like, is this the serum or is this the makeup product? Because I want this as an under eye serum or as a face serum. I want it. I absolutely love it. So in here, once again, you have three categories. The moisturizing categories, very rich. The protective categories that are going to protect your skin. And the reviving categories that is going to take care about your skin plump and work as an anti-aging ingredient. Absolutely incredible. Alright guys, so we read all about the ingredients. I guess the subject is definitely very saturated, and right now it's time to jump to the best part of this episode, which is going to be the application. We're going to apply it differently on the one side, and then on the second side we're going to set it a little bit with a powder to see how the concealer works with the skin. Does it work? Does it really provide moisturize? Is it really moisturizing? And does it really give all these kind of benefits that we could see within the ingredients list and all the claims? So yes, this is how the concealer looks like. I remind you, I got mine in the shade 4N, and Well, I don't know what is going on with my eyes. Usually when I pick up the foundation, I'm quite good at it, I think. But then when it comes to concealers, usually I pick up the concealer that are super light. We're going to see. In the shop, the 4N looks perfect for my under eye and on my face. We're going to see it. So yes, I'm taking the concealer. Look at the doe foot. It is very cute, very funny, but at the same time, as you can see, very precise. It can get to lots of places, which is quite cool. And we are going to apply it right like that. And for application on this side, I am actually going to use a brush, and I'm going to blend it with a brush. So that we can have a rather more like airbrushed look, and we'll see about the result. Because as you can see, my under eye area is definitely very demanding. So if I would put any sort of a concealer heavily, it can crease, and it's not very good. It definitely can scream makeup almost instantly. All right. Okay. Well, it does not give me a full coverage, but at the same time, I see the difference, and that difference is actually quite pretty, quite cute. Yeah, okay. So yes, the concealer, as you can see, is applied very lightly with a brush. Let me approach to show you in the camera from the close-up how does it look like, this concealer. And there you have it, the concealed eye, the non-concealed eye, and here it creased! Milk makeup! You're creasing! You were not supposed to crease for 12 hours! What is... what is this? What is this? It has been not even 5 minutes! Milk! Okay, so guys, yeah, there you have it. There you have it. It definitely has creased. Not a lot. It's not the end of the world. But I guess I'm happy that I layered it very lightly. It can be fixed. It looks nice. It looks cute. It is not giving me a super heavy coverage. I like it. It is lightweight, brightening. So far, so good. It is time now to apply the concealer on the other side of my eye. And what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to do the same thing when it comes to application like this. But then I'm going to use my finger, and I am going to apply the product using just my finger. As if I would be using, for example, the sponge. So what I can see, I think, as you can see as well, that the finger is giving me a better coverage. The brush kind of like airbrushed everything and made it a little bit lighter, while the finger is giving me a full coverage sensation. Still, it looks cute. The formulation is actually quite interesting. I'm going to add just a little bit more, because it is, I don't know how to explain it. It is not super kind of a liquidy formulation, but it is not in a touch a drying formulation as well. It is kind of like in between, as if I would be putting, I don't know, a liquid powder. I don't know how to explain it, you know? But hey, it is buildable, and it is nice actually. Cool. This is how it looks like, guys. This is how it looks like. Let me approach with a finger and then with a brush. Both of these sides, they look actually very nice, I guess. So far so good. What are we going to do now? We are going to use this concealer lightly to apply it as a makeup all over my face. Although this shade is a little bit light. I don't know. I guess I am not very good when it comes to picking up the concealer shades. I'm always getting a little bit lost. Normally I don't have problems with the foundations. Looks like I do have some problems with a concealer. So I guess this is more than enough. We're going to distribute everything just slightly to even out my skin tone with a concealer. It spreads nicely. And there you have it. Okay, cool. That's nice. That's pretty. Okay. This is how it looks like. And let me approach so that you can have your own look. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful and pretty. But if I would have to choose between the application with a finger or with a brush, I would still choose the brush. It is much more kind of like airbrushed. I think it looks pretty. And on the same time, it kind of has set on its own. I don't really feel any need to set it, but what I am going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of a powder still just to set it, and I'm going to take the brush that I'm going to take the setting powder. It can be any setting powder that is perfect for your own needs and taste, and I'm going to use it over here to set it. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, okay. Ooh. It looks good! Oh my gosh, this is... So far, it looks good. It looks good. And on top of that, if I have distributed this just very lightly all over my face, it looks as a very cute makeup. So right now, let me finish the makeup and I'll be back in a second and we're going to continue with this episode. Alright guys, so here we are back with a finished makeup. Not a lot has happened, just a little bit of a blush, a little bit of a bronzer, and that's it. Absolutely, that's it. So let me approach so that you can see from the close-up what is happening. Here the concealer has been applied with a brush and set. Here has been the concealer has been applied with a finger. And what do you think? I personally think that it looks quite cute. As for the beginning of the application, it looks quite cute, and then it works pretty nice all over the face. Of course, I have to add a little bit of a color to make it more alive because the shade 4N is still quite light, but it works. It absolutely works. So guys, this would be all when it comes to the introduction of the product and the application. And right now I invite you in the outside world so that we can have a check-in on the natural outside light, and then in the end we're going to have a final thoughts and a final check-in when I will share all my own observation about this product. So yes guys, let's go outside and have a little bit of a walk and see how this concealer looks after 4 hours in the natural light. Hello gorgeous beautiful stars. Paris Star Channel here welcomes you with this check-in in the natural light here in the outside world, because guys, let's just admit this, makeup filmed in natural light in a studio looks completely different in comparison with a makeup filmed outside with a natural light. So yes, and by the way, oh my gosh, look at this weather, beautiful weather, sunny. I absolutely love it. So obviously we are using that opportunity to come here and to show you this makeup in a full glory. So this is how it looks like. I'm going to close my eyes, two eyes, while doing this so that you can have your own judgment. So here we go, guys. This is the side that has not been powdered, while this is the side that has been powdered. And I don't want to go a lot ahead of myself, but in my opinion, the side that has not been powdered and layered lightly is out of control and is living its own life and kind of wears off very quickly, while the side in here that has been powdered is under control and looks very nice. So yes, this is my first kind of check-in and something that I would like to share with you after wearing this makeup for a few hours. On top of that, the whole concealer on my whole face looks quite nice, looks light and natural, not very drying as normally makeup would have looked like. It looks really quite cool. So yes, one last look at my makeup in the natural light in the outside world. There you have it. I wonder, what do you think? Do you like it? Do you think it's nice? So yes, guys, that would be the check-in in the natural light. Right now it's time to go back to the studio so that I can give you a final check-in and my final thoughts based on working with that product from Milk Makeup Future Fluid Concealer. So let's go, and I'll see you in just a second in the studio. Hello, gorgeous, beautiful stars. Hoo-hoo! Paris Star Channel here with a final check-in, guys. Final check-in, and I must say it is actually quite late, guys, because, well, let me just show you this. Let me just show you this. Almost, well, yeah, past midnight. It is past midnight, which means that I have been wearing this makeup for around 10 hours, which means that I definitely have many things to say. But before I'm going to say what I think about it, I would like to approach to the camera so that you can have a look and have your own opinion, because your opinion, not influenced by any influenza of any influencer, is the most important. Anyway, to the subject, let me approach. So this is how the makeup looks like using this concealer all over the face. Not bad, I must say, but not perfect. And then this is how it looks like under my eyes, guys. Okay? And the other eye. So during this day, when I'm talking about the summary, I actually switched eyes. I think I switched the eyes. Anyway, to the subject. This eye is the one that has been applied with a brush, very subtle way. And in here, I applied the concealer with a sponge and I set it with a powder for the sake of this test. And guys, it looks okay. It is a very strong okay, but it is not perfect. Right now, I am going to show you this makeup in a different light, in a light of a ruthless, in a ruthless light of my bathroom. What I'm trying to say, when I go to my bathroom and I switch on the lights, this light shows absolutely everything. So now you can see it, how this makeup looks like in that light. The studio light is kind of different. It kind of mimic and almost gives you an impression of me having a filter. I'm not having a filter. This is how my camera actually is filming. So yes, guys, to the subject. Not bad. A very strong okay, but it is not perfect. The Milk Makeup Future Fluid Concealer, which is a little bit of a shame. A wonderful and great ingredient. Actually, as I said before, I would love to see it as some sort of a face or under eye serum. Do I need it as a concealer? I don't know, but there are so many good ingredients and I would love it to work out 100% and knocked my socks off. It didn't. Why? What basically happened? And this is something very important that I have to tell you. Everything was going well. Everything was absolutely going well, although the powdered side of my under eye was much more controlled. It was like, it was holding very well. And the unpowdered was subtle, but it kind of like creased and it wears off, which means it slightly disappears. It really did. It's imagine if sometimes you have some sort of a foundation that wears off and disappears. This concealer does it as well, not on a huge scale, but just a little bit. Nonetheless, does. And then I went outside, and there was some sort of one of my surprise allergies kicking in, and I started to have a watery eye. And usually, when I have a watery eye, I do not touch my eye because it might make situation even worse. I just have to go with the flow and make it go away on its own. But what I'm trying to say, my tears in a contact with the concealer broke the concealer. It absolutely broke the concealer. So until then, the concealer was in a good shape. It was holding up. It was perfect. It was really cool and good. And then when with a contact with my tear, it broke. And here is the eye actually that you can see where it happened. I don't know if you can actually see it over here and especially over here. Yeah. So this is the result. The culprit was my tears. This is here. It's it wears off. It just wears off. So what I am actually trying to say right now when it comes to this concealer, the ingredients, perfect, wonderful, green light. But then when it comes to performance, it is something between a green light and a orange light. I cannot sign my name under this concealer saying that it deserves to have a green light and 100% of the performance, because it is not true. If I would have to give it a mark from 0 to 100%, I would give it 70%, which means if I would have to give it some sort of a mark and some sort of a score, it would be between the orange light and the red light, 70%, which is a very good score. It is a very special concealer, a very special consistency, guys. You have to learn how to use it, how to apply it, and how to work with it. It dries really very quickly, for example. And then this consistency that is liquidy, fluidy, should I say, like a fluid actually, it changes into the powdery and kind of tries to melt with your skin. Very unusual consistency, making this concealer maybe not difficult, but you really have to learn how to use it. It is not user-friendly concealer. And then, if I would have to say something more about this concealer, I would say that it performs better all over my face rather than in my under eye area. But then again, it was my tear that broke the concealer. If I'm looking for the concealer, I'm looking for the concealer that I can be certain from the moment I apply till the last minute of the day when I'm taking this off. And this concealer was close, but not perfect. Nonetheless, it is not a bad product. I've tested much worse. This product, as I've said, is between the orange light and the red light. So Paris Star Channel gives this concealer from a mark from 0 to 100%, 70%. It is a very good score. And final look, this is how it looks like. Tell me, what do you think? Am I exaggerating a little bit? Am I trying to be too perfect about my makeup? Because you see, makeup for men is different in comparison with makeup for girls. Makeup for girls can be visible. You can layer and layer and layer and put some blushes, bronzers and whatnot. Makeup for men is an extremely challenging makeup that in order to make it invisible, it has to be perfect. So I'm looking for the perfect products, and this one wasn't perfect, but it wasn't bad. As I've said, it is a very strong okay from my side, and this is the result. Hello, gorgeous, beautiful stars. A little bit update about this concealer. It's important because as I was sitting and I was working on this episode, I was just about to launch it. And then I was looking at this episode, looking at the result of this concealer, and I decided to give this update. Despite the fact that this concealer has amazing ingredients, I cannot trust this concealer. During the day, it wears off and it disappears, and tears make this concealer disappear under my eye, which makes this concealer unreliable. So when I'm giving a red light, this is the product that I am 100% sure and I can trust it. And this product is not the one. So eventually, with this update, I have decided to change my mind, which doesn't happen very often, but I would not be myself if I would not do it and if I wouldn't make this update. Eventually, to the subject, guys, because of how it performs and because of based on my experience while working with this concealer, Paris Star Channel gives an orange light. It is an okay concealer, and this is as much as I can say, orange light. So yes, guys, this is the update, and right now let's go back to the final minutes of this episode. Alright, guys, so that will be all when it comes to summary. Let me spoil you what I'm trying to do for the next episode, and we are going to dive in the oldie but apparently an all-time goodie for years, which is Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Guys, the foundation Luminous Silk and the concealer Luminous Silk, we will try to dive into the subject and see for ourselves. After all these years, is it still a wonderful formulation? And most importantly, is it a good product for the for people like I am, over 40 years old? Is the formulation that good? But that's planned for the next episode. In the meantime, guys, this episode has come to an end with what I'm showing. It is like with Milk Makeup. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for tuning in and celebrating with me everyone's diversity that makes us all different and beautiful. I invite you already to join me in my new and possibly very exciting episode. But as for now, guys, see you soon. Bye bye now.